All right, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to create a lead magnet. So if you're new to the channel, my name is DG Funnels. I help businesses get more clients online using sales funnels. So if you don't know, now you know. But let's talk about lead magnets because this is one of the most important parts of the online marketing game. And everyone says, oh yeah, you need a lead magnet, but nobody ever really tells you how to make one. And so this video is going to help you if you're looking to start generating leads online, or maybe you're already generating leads online, but you want to kind of pick that up. This is going to work with paid traffic, organic traffic, blogs. I mean, you name it. And it works in any niche because I'm going to explain to you exactly, how you apply this in any niche. And you'll see that as we go along in the training. So here's what we're going to cover. I'm going to tell you how to find ideas. That way you never waste any time making a lead magnet that nobody wants. I'm going to tell you how to come up with a really awesome name that's just going to have people begging to download this thing. We're going to talk about all of the modality. I'm going to show you the 8 elements to a perfect lead magnet. That way, every lead magnet you release is super, super effective as far as advancing your relationship with that lead, cementing yourself as the expert and making them more likely to buy from you, if not right away, in the future. And then lastly, we're going to talk about distribution, right? Because there's no point in having a lead magnet if nobody sees it. So let's go ahead and get started. But before I forget, let me just mention this. If you want a copy of this guide, the one that we're going to be working on in this video, there is a link in the description below. Feel free to grab that after this video is over. You'll go to the landing page and then you can put in your email and get instant access. Keep this guide, use it for your records, use it to pump out a ton of awesome lead magnets. Okay. Plus I'll even share with you a nice little ninja hack bonus at the end where I'll explain to you how to never run out of ideas ever for your lead magnets. All right. So let's get started. Number one, how to find ideas. So for this part, this is actually the most important part. So you're going to want to do research before you create anything. This is going to save you time. That way you don't invest any energy or effort into making something that people don't want. And so this is the way that I like to research for my lead magnets. And there's a couple of different things here. So number one, you could do a Google search and just look at, how many results come back. You can also look in Google Keywords Planner or a site like ubersuggest.com where you can see the actual search volume on a monthly basis for those keywords. And you just want to make sure that you're looking for something that actually has search volume, because you don't want to make a lead magnet for something that people aren't even looking for the solution to. And so that's why the research is important. Also, if you have, say, a membership for a site like bigspy.com, where you can go and look at different your competitors' Facebook ads and Instagram ads and stuff like that, then you can always, use that and just type in your keyword and see if other people are even running ads to that type of product or promotion. And so the idea here is that if you don't see search volume, if you don't see other people running ads to similar type of solution, or at least a similar promise, then it's probably not something you want to invest in. Now, there's other places that you can research as well. For example, you can use Reddit, you can use Quora, you can use Facebook groups. All of those things are really awesome. They all work. Do what's best for you. The key takeaway here is just to make sure that you actually do the research first. Now, once you've done the research and you've identified your big promise to the lead magnet, for example, how to do blank or blank, right? Now we can give it a title. And so here is my number one naming hack when it comes to producing super awesome titles for your lead magnet that I personally refer to as mouthwatering content, because the people in your niche, they will not be able to resist this. Okay. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to look at magazine titles, right? So you want to look specifically though for Cosmo and Men's Health, because the titles on those two magazines are usually they are like the clickbaitiest of clickbaity titles. Okay. So you just want to look at those magazines. You can even Google it. Just Google Cosmo magazine covers and you'll find a link where you can see all of the just hundreds of covers. Okay. And you just start looking at those covers. And I want to tell you, one of the things that overlaps on a lot of those covers, you'll notice, is their use of numbers. Numbers is what gives context to the actual promise or idea or solution, right? So normally they'll say like topic, 10 ways or 10 secrets or 15 things to try or 10 techniques or 5 steps. They're always using numbers. So if you want your lead magnets to be really, really awesome and in high demand, you need to utilize numbers as well, because numbers give your lead magnet and your idea context. And I want you to keep that word in your mind, because we're going to revisit that idea at the end of this video. Okay, so the key takeaway for the title is that you need to have a really, really good title headline, preferably something with numbers to be able to give it really awesome context. All right, now let's start talking about modality, and that's where you'll see here type of lead magnet. So there's a lot of different modalities that you can choose from. The most popular, of course, is guide, right? So that's just your classic ebook. Okay, so you could do an ebook, you could do a resource list, you could do a free trial, a quiz, a survey, you could do sales materials, cheat sheets, video trainings, discounts, assessments, step one of the order form. I mean, so there's a bunch of different modalities that you can use. And so let me just kind of give you a couple of real world examples, so that way this will help you out. So let's say, for example, you're a restaurant. Well, you're probably going to do a discount, right? So your lead magnet is, hey, get a free dessert, or get, 25% off or 10% off or something like that. So that also would apply for almost any other service business, right? You could just use a discount as your lead magnet. Now, if you don't want to use a discount, then of course that's where you would do something like a video training or a report or a guide. So for example, let's say that you run a lawn care service. You don't want to make your lead magnet too geared towards do-it-yourselfers. So what you would want to say is something along the lines of, how to keep your lawn green between, services, or between treatments, or whatever it is. And so by adding just that between treatments, what you're going to do is you're going to kind of, for lack of a better expression, weed out the do-it-yourselfers, or mostly the do-it-yourselfers, because those are people who don't have people come out to treat their lawn. So if you're having if you have a service business and you don't want to do a discount, you want to do something like a video or a guide or something like that, then make sure you add that in between services or in between whatever it is, so that way the DIYers, they don't gobble up too many of your ebooks and kind of hurt the quality of the leads. Not saying that they won't buy, but you want to make sure that you're really attracting the people that want to buy. Now, if you're a pure online-based business, everything that you do is virtual or online or whatnot, then of course you could do any of these video trainings, guides, or whatever. If you hate to write, then make a video and have it transcribed. If you hate to get on camera and do video, then write something, send it to Fiverr, and have somebody do a voiceover and make a video. So this way you can always switch up the modality of your lead magnets. You don't always have to do a guide or a video. You have options and you have other ways that you can present this. And this is definitely something that, as far as modality, you want to mix it up every now and then, especially if you're constantly putting out a lot of lead magnets, to your market. You're going to want to switch that up a little bit. So those are the modalities. Feel free to play around with all of those. But now let's get into these 8 elements. Okay. So I'm going to just go through these here. Number 1, it needs to be super direct. Okay, so your lead magnet, it should never be vague. It should be very, very specific as far as what they can expect from it. The next thing that's super important is that your lead magnet needs to solve one problem. One of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to lead magnets is like they're dropping courses instead of just making, a lead magnet that solves one problem. So don't try to solve 3 or 4 different things. One thing, keep it really centered and focused on that. Now, it needs to speak to a tangible, promised end result. Again, we talked about this with the research. What do they really want? And make sure your lead magnet can get them in the direction to get that. The next thing is that your lead magnet needs to provide instant satisfaction. Okay, so avoid newsletters and multi-day email courses and things like that. People really want their result right away. They want it now and they want it fast. Now, I know that some people will say, I like to do an 8 email follow-up sequence video, this, that, and the other. Again, I'm not saying that doesn't work, but this has performed better, just giving them that instant satisfaction, because at the end of the day, you can still do an email follow-up without having to drag out the lead magnet and prevent them from getting that tangible result. Okay. So now we're over here, build goodwill. When they get the result, when they get the thing that they're looking for, and you're the person that provides it to them, it's going to build goodwill. And so that's really what you're going for. It's to help with that pre-frame to get them interested in terms of your business and your company moving forward. The next thing is that your lead magnet, it needs to be significant perceived value. Okay. Now, this is a big one, because just because you're giving it away for free, it doesn't mean that it should look free, right? Like, even though I'm going to give this to you all for free, anybody that clicks that link in the description below, I actually paid someone on Fiverr to make this look nice, to make these buttons clickable and these boxes clickable and all of that stuff. So, you want to make sure that you're really delivering value, because this is their first interaction with your business. So it needs to be professional. It needs to really represent you in the right way. And then the next thing is high actual value. So one of the things that a lot of people get worried about when it comes to lead magnets is, oh, I'm going to give away my best stuff. I don't want to give it away. I want to charge for that. I could get so much money for that. And that may be true, but the doper your lead magnet, right? The better the impression, the more goodwill you build, the more that you have a chance of winning that person over. So don't hold back and half do it to try to tuck away some secret or some tip to use for a later date. I'm going to tell you here how you're going to be able to make these and never run out of ideas again. So with that being said, man, deliver the goods on the lead magnet. Okay. And again, we're only solving one problem. There's always going to be more problems that you can solve, because when you solve one problem, it ultimately creates another. All right. And then the last thing, as far as lead magnets, we talked about instant satisfaction, them getting the result right away. The lead magnet needs to be quick and easy to consume. And see, the reason for this is because when they actually get a result from your lead magnet, it now cements you as an authority. So if it takes them a week or 8 days or 10 days or a month or 2 months to actually get the result, that is not only delayed satisfaction for them, that's delayed satisfaction for you, because they're still not convinced if you actually know what you're talking about. So the faster that you can get them the result, the faster you cement yourself as an expert. And so in order to get them the result fastest, the lead magnet needs to be quick and easy to consume. Okay. So that is how you make a really awesome lead magnet. Those are all of the elements and the components that need to be included and incorporated in it. So let's talk about distribution. Now, of course, with the lead magnet, you're going to want a landing page. All right. So we're not going to go into landing pages too deep in this video. You can check out my other videos. I'll actually put a link in the description below where you can see, how we build a landing page. As a matter of fact, I'll walk you through exactly how I build a landing page for this particular lead magnet. Okay. So make sure you check out that video if you're not really familiar with landing pages. Now, once you have your landing page, though, the only other thing you need is traffic. So, of course, you can do paid ads. So, for example, that could be paid Facebook ads, that could be Google ads, that could be YouTube ads, Pinterest ads, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, wherever. All right. You can do paid traffic. And then, of course, on those same platforms, you can also do free organic traffic. And so I'm not going to restate all of those platforms again, but you can do paid or free. Whatever works for your budget. The idea is you just need to get that landing page with this lead magnet in front of your dream customer. So wherever they're at, however you find them, whatever makes sense for you, just get this in front of them. Okay. And that I'll also throw out there your blog as well. All right. If you have a blog, don't just rely on, hey, opt into my newsletter, make a lead magnet and promote that lead magnet on your blog. Okay. So that is distribution. Now you stayed till the end, and I promised that I would have a secret bonus for you to kind of just let you know how to create lead magnets without ever running out of ideas. Okay, so this is going to be super, super quick as far as breaking this down for you, but it's very simple. As I mentioned that earlier in this video, Cosmo, for example, is a great way for you to be able to come up with titles for your lead magnets and give them context by the use of numbers. Now, here's the deal with that. One night I was actually sitting in bed with my wife and I was trying to come up with my own lead magnets and my own ideas. And so I'm doing the thing and I'm looking at these Cosmo covers and I look at it and I say, babe, all right, listen, check this out. Like, I'm looking at these Cosmo covers, but it's really just for inspiration to be able to create lead magnets. Don't get the wrong idea. And so, so she just laughs and she's like, no, I had a Cosmo subscription for the longest. So as I'm looking at these covers, I notice that literally every issue actually was about the same 3 topics. And I looked at her and I said, is this really every issue? And she's like, oh yeah, it's every issue. So I'm just clicking through covers. And I'm seeing that and I'm like, wow. So it kind of dawned on me. I went back and I started to look at my own habits in my niche of sales funnels and traffic. And I'm like, if I look at all of the recent products that I bought, all of the recent videos that I've watched on YouTube, all of the recent content that I've consumed, it's all falling into these same buckets. And so what I call those buckets is trigger topics. These are reoccurring topics in your niche that people always want new, fresh ideas and answers for. These topics never get old, and there's typically only about 3, maybe 4 max in any particular niche. So I promise you, if you do this exercise, you think about your niche and you think about the topics that always come up over and over and over again, they will probably all fall in one of 3 buckets. If you look at all of the videos that you've watched, all of the things that you've bought in your niche, I promise you they probably all fall in about 3 different buckets. Now that you know that, here's how you actually leverage it. What you're going to do now is you're going to take those numbers and provide context. And by using numbers to provide context, that topic becomes reusable over and over and over and over and over again. I think when I did my research, it was something crazy. Like in 2017, I think they said like 14 million people read Cosmo every single month. And it's the same key topics over and over and over and over again. And people were reading that religiously in droves. The proof is in the pudding. So what you're going to do is, now that you have that, now you're going to be able to recreate that by adding context, by adding the 8 steps to do this, the 10 ways to do that, the 5 new ideas, the 5 craziest ideas, the 7 wild things you would have never believed, 10 secrets that we stole from, some guru. It's endless. And what that now opens you up to do is to be able to create never-ending amount of lead magnets. You should never, ever, under any circumstances moving forward, ever run out of ideas to create your own lead magnets, ever again. So that is my super ninja secret hack on how to never run out of ideas for lead magnets. Plus you got this guide right here with the 8 elements. Pick that up for free at the link in the description below. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you found value in it, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you can get notifications every time we release new videos just like this one, where we're just bringing the heat when it comes to this funnel game. So thanks again, and until the next time, peace. Oh, and you know what? This actually is going to be a part of a mini series. So if you look up here, you should see a video on how to go ahead and create your own landing page for your lead magnet. And if you look over here, you should see how to be able to build your list using Facebook. So if those videos aren't out yet, hey, make sure to subscribe. That way you can get the notification as soon as they drop. But if they are out yet, are already out, hey, go ahead and check it out. Let me know what you think there. So, hey, talk soon.